الآن يتفضل مستر زانغ زينشانغ رئيس الاتحاد الدولي لحماية الوطن.
Your Excellency, Minister of State Economic Affairs of Kuwait, Madam Maria R. Abril. Your Royal Highness, Princess Asma bin Ali. Your Excellency, Minister of Agriculture and Environment of Jordan, Ibrahim al-Shahadeh. Your Excellency, Secretary General of Abu Dhabi's Environmental Agency, Dr. Shihab al-Dahar. Your Excellency, Vice President of Saudi Wildlife Authority, Dr. Hani Pawen. Dear IUCN colleagues and all the family of the nature conservation and biodiversity and all the partners, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is really my great pleasure to be here at the capital city of the Kuwait to meet and gathering with you. And this is my second trip to Kuwait, this beautiful city, and it's such a warm hospitality. Such a well-organized, all the logistics. So even though we had a long flight, but immediately we touched the land of this great nation. At the airport or at this great hotel, we feel so warm, really a home away from home. The entire IUCN family is extremely happy that Kuwait is hosting this regional conservation forum and provide such a support to our organization. Therefore, I'd like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to the minister, to your government, to all the people of the Kuwait for this generous support for this very important ninth West Asia's Regional Conservation Forum. This forum, as you know, comes as we stand in the leading edge of the 2020, the environmental super year for the year of 2020, where the world will witness the IUCN Congress in Marseille, France, and gathering over 10,000 participants. And also the world will give attention to the United Nations Biodiversity Conference in Kunming, China. That is the COP15. The year 2020 is also the year when we absolutely must commit to ambitious biodiversity goal for the coming decade. Therefore, everything we do now will set the tone and set the foundation for very crucial discussion next year. We all know that this West Asia Regional Conservation Forum plays such an important role in bringing together IUCN members, Commission experts, counselors, partners, and friends of nature conservation and biodiversity from different countries in West Asia, 13 countries, if I remember correctly, to discuss how to enhance our union's role in conserving nature and promoting our collaboration, and to solve the important issue, including, that how to really decide for the post-2020 framework goal for the biodiversity, and how our union can play the leadership role to help to shape the agenda for that, and how our union can better serve our members, be it a government member, state member, and also civil society member. West Asia is part of 3 ecoregions and incorporate a variety of ecosystems, including Mediterranean forest, desert, plains, rangelands, owens, mudflats, swamps, mangroves, seagrass beds, coral reef, all of which provide a wide array of ecosystem service and ecological corridor for various species and also for all the human beings here. This region is a meeting place and a transitional area of various phytogeographic and zoogeographic region of the world. Floristic element of 5 flora provinces exist in the region representing the Mediterranean, Urano-Turanian, Saharo-Syrian, and Sadono-Decenian. The spectacular terrain and various climate conditions that prevail in the Arabic region, along with diverse geographical origins of the species, contribute to the diversity of the flora, fauna at the species level, particularly to the endemism of these taxa. Endemism is highly exceptional in some localities, like Sokran Archipelago, where more than 30% of the biota is endemic. Still, West Asia, we know that tremendous achievements through your governments, through the civil society, through the academic society, and through all the members of the IUCN has achieved. We are so happy, as the IUCN, our headquarters in Gland, Swiss, to see this progress. And we thank you so much, the governments of West Asia. We thank you so much, and all the Nature Conservation Society and the community. We thank you so much, all the IUCN members here. But still, West Asia region is also facing the challenges. And to give a few examples, like prevailing harsh dry climate leading to more desertification, which ROWA is addressing at present, but need to be emphasized. When I say ROWA means our Office of IUCN, of the Secretariat in this West Asia, and located in Oman, Jordan. Which ROWA is addressing at present, but need to be emphasized more in our strategic planning in the future. Depleting water resources are a consistent dilemma for governments and the people, particularly the conflicts associated with that. The climate change, which is amplified, and the response strategy are an important outlook for the future of West Asia. When I travel here, and I'm so happy I have an opportunity to visit the government and the NGO, both in Qatar and Lebanon. From this end, Gulf region, to that end, Mediterranean, to help me to better understanding so that I can have a better communication and exchange with you, with my Acting Director General Greg Aguila and her teams. Having said that, dear colleagues, as I promised when I was elected as a President of the Union, and one of the reasons for me to come here again as a second time to participate in your RCF. And it's also my first time to attend all the RCF of the IUCN, because formerly I was too much busy, as we are preparing for our coming WCC 2020 Marseille, France, and also, as you know, we have a transition from former DG into acting DG, and we also need some other things. So this is my first time to attending all the RCF of IUCN. I select no other region but this region to begin with, because I know that so much achievements and also quite some challenges we need to discuss and try to facing ahead. So that is to say, in the first RCF I attended last in 2015, I said that the important for me is to listen and communicating, which is so much important. And for me, the Holy Koran says that those who know and do not know equals. And Confucius, we are all Asian, the Oriental civilization. The Confucius in China says that what one knows is a knowledge. What one does not know is also a knowledge, and even more important knowledge. So that is why I come here to listen to you, to your governments, to your civil society, to your scientific society. And second, I appreciate that. Where is the stress come from? Where is the power come from? As a president of IUCN, together with all my colleagues, the councillors who are elected through you, and finally through Global Congress. And here, I'm so happy we have 3 councillors serving this term. That is Ayman Rabi, Professor Syed, and Sheikha. And I'm also so happy, and my last session of the council, and the councillors, Samila from this country, she is the head of the National Academy of Sciences, and also Mohammed Shabis, and he was the former chair of governance and constituency of the council. So together with all our council members, how can we shape the policy for this great union? And it is important not just the top-down, but very important is bottoms-up, because most initiative actually coming from practice. No matter you're doing it in your planning or you're doing it in your field work. I have visited the member in Qatar last time, also in Kuwait and UAE, and also Oman. And this time I also visit several members from Lebanon. I think that some of those practices are really the best practice, and their policy and the conservation community-based level, and the government work closely with the civil society. So that I think that how to shape our policy, more important is a bottoms up. My second part, I want to share a few words, excuse me, to take a few more times. That is to say, as the governing body of the IUCN, what are the major stress in the past years we try to focus on? To make it succinct, number one stress, it is that how can we be more value proposition to our members? How to better serve our members? How to bring our members all together? And that is, we all agree, this is a uniqueness of the strength of the IUCN, which make not just only convening power, no organization in this world like IUCN. We have not only state member representing by some Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ministry of Environment. We also have a government agency member, scientific member, NGO member. Now we also have an indigenous people member. We all know that environmental issue, especially conservation issue, is most complicated one. So it needs all the stakeholders get together. At least if we cannot find a solution, we can find a converging of the interest. Then we start to make some way to improve the situation now. Instead of just, sometimes it's just G2G, that means government to government, sometimes it's stuck there. But IUCN sees the urgency of that. So our founding father formed this organization with all the stakeholders. This is a unique power. We always say that we have about 1,350 members. So this is a uniqueness. That is why United Nations recognize us as a permanent observer status, representing all the organizations doing for environmental protection and also nature conservation. But for these 1,350 members, how can we better serve them? Through their national committee, through their regional committee, through our regional committee of the secretariat here, yeah, and also through our representative of 6 commissions. This is always an objective and a goal we try to improve ourselves. So since I elected as a president, I always focus that. This is a #1 fundamental importance. Our union is only as strong as our members. So to implement that, that is a one program approach. You all know that. But how to achieve one program approach? There must be one union approach. Because the complex system of IUCN, designed by our founding father and improved in the past 71 years, it is that at least we have 3 major pillars. That is secretariat. We have about 1,000 professional staff in the world located in the 10 regions. We are a true global organization, right? And we have 6 commissions, which have members, many are individual members. IUCN members are only institutional members. But that mobilizes nearly 15,000 of the members. It's a huge knowledge network in this world. It's producing knowledge products. It's shaping future agenda. What is the third pillar? The third pillar is our members. The members through their national committee, the members through their regional committee. So we are like a tripod. Each of these legs should be equally in length and equally strong, so that this table will be stable, continuing, innovative, and very dynamic. So how to make that to play? That is what I believe. It takes the whole system of IUCN. Some people say IUCN is complicated. I say no. IUCN is a complex system. So long as you understand this system, then IUCN has a unique strength in the world. So that is why IUCN is a voice of nature. And the second I would like to say is to how to improve the governance. The governance, #1, I said that through our regional councillors, and formerly we also have appointed councillors. Unfortunately, before I was elected in the year of 2012, I don't know what reason that appointed councillors has been, depleted. But I think that's very important. Because IUCN is the only international organization, we have a board member elected. Okay, we're like a semi-parliament. The other organization, as you know, our good friends, WWF, CI, TNC, all those international organizations, they are appointed members. They're through some kind of election, but it's very different. So that United Nations see us as an international organization status. We are not just an NGO. We are not just a government. We are a combination of the both. So how to improve the governance? How to let each of these pillars has its role. It's different in its role and its strength. But Together is a diversity in unity. It forms the strength of IUCN. And also, IUCN, the governing body, also constantly review and see, because it's through our constituency, our councillors are elected. Right? So how to have a better two-way communication, top-down, bring our new policy, a new strategy to your constituency of the 35 council members, and also bottoms up to the governing body. The third one is focused on strategic issue of the IUCN. Because as a governing body, the statute said that governing body is a fiduciary body. What's the supreme power of IUCN? It is our Congress. Through the Congress, the members elect is the president, treasurer, and also regional directors. So in between two Congress, the supreme decision-making body and the oversight body is the council. And we constantly try to improve because sometimes we just have two council meetings a year, but the world changes so fast. So that is why through my last council, we managed to have a reform successfully. We strengthened the bureau. So in between the two council meetings, we have a bureau meeting, working together with all the members of the bureau. The bureau also including a director general. Okay. While focusing on the strategic issue, because this is a changing world, right? And because IUCN already have a 70 years anniversary. In our Oriental philosophy, every 60 to 70 years is a cycle of life. It needs rejuvenized. It needs some kind of reform. It needs maintain consistency and continuity and some kind of stability. And meanwhile, we need new blood to rejuvenize this organization, like all the species, like we treat the trees, right? So that is why these are the three major focusing mission and task. I, as your elected president, try to lead this organization and chair the meeting of the council and chair the bureau meeting. My last part, allow me, Your Excellency, to take a few more minutes. It is that how can we prepare ourselves for these two most important events? That is WCC 2020 in Marseille, France, and also CBD COP15 in Kunming, China. This is a historical opportunity. This will be a great milestone for not only the conservation community, but for all the human beings and for all the lives of this earth. Why I said that? Because we are facing challenge. We have a technology challenge, we have an economic challenge, we have social challenge between rich and poor, and we also have a global governance challenge. Do we advocate pluralism or monolism, right? So this is, do we advocate, support pluralism or populism, right? So this is all the challenge we are facing. But more and more important challenge, it is that the ecosystem service carrying capacity of this world. The biodiversity serving as the ecosystem service and adjustment and a producer for this world. We say we're facing in this area because no matter economic challenge, no matter technology challenge, you mentioned about big data, cloud, AI, and all these things. But this all confined by this Earth's carrying capacity of ecosystem service. We already have 7 billion of the population. And all the nations are undergoing the industrialization and the urbanization. What is the cost of the environment? Where is the carrying capacity of the ecosystem of this world can still sustain us for that? So that is why this one is most fundamental. So in the past few years, when I just elected, I said that we're facing two crises. One is a climate change, global warm challenge. And second is a biodiversity challenge. But anyway, we see that our partner, our friends, working in the mainly climate change area, they already have a successful COP21 in Paris, even though it's from Copenhagen to Lima, and finally the journey successfully and is a milestone of that Paris climate change agreement. They set already clear target. What is that? 2 degrees centigrade must be below by year of 2020, comparing with the average temperature before first industrial revolution. They already have a mechanism that's national determined contribution. They already have a measurement. So through that conference, the climate change already become one of the top global agenda. But now is the opportunity for us, for these two most important conferences, IUCN's Marseille's World Conservation Conference 2020 and the COP15 of CBD. Can we make this Congress as a Congress for nature if the Paris makes that Congress as a Congress for climate? So this is a historical opportunity for us, but this is an equally big challenge for us. We cannot just talk among ourselves. We must mainstreamize the biodiversity, right? So that is why we need to bring the whole world to be aware. But unfortunately, it worries me as a president, as your colleague, right? So for the general public, some of them, or even many of them, still like boiling the frog in the warm water. They are not that much alert, Or they think that, oh, this is a long ago. Some say, no, this is not science, this is psycho, etc. But second thing that worries me is what we say that one person beating the drum and all the others just passing the spray of the blossom. What is that? It means passing around the bucks. Can we make this meeting say, the bucks stop here, the bucks stop now. It is our shared life, shared community of the life. Okay, so I'm glad to see that a few days ago, the joint announcement for CBD COP15, they make the title as Ecological Civilization. And what is ecological civilization? We know that we have gone through agro-nomadic civilization, which lasting about 6,000 to 8,000 years. Then about 300 years ago is the first industrial revolution that launched the industrial civilization and commercial civilization. It has created great fortune of the world, but it also takes great cost of the environmental and the ecosystem. So that is why I think that this coming future for these two meetings are so critical. So critical not only for whole IUCN, it is also very important for West Asia. This region has in many, many years been the juncture area between East and the West, between South and the North. It has so critical role to play. This region is also a juncture area of the Silk Road. This region understands not only Oriental civilization, but also understand more of a Western civilization. So this region is not just a three area of the different ecosystem, but culturally and socially, this region has always has an important role to play. I've seen, when I travel through airport, I see the UNESCO has an advertisement, bring all the 13 countries of the region to how to protect the heritage. I like to see that this region will also have some important advertisement. So how to conserve biodiversity within all the 13 countries. I think through this meeting, you can find a way of your shared vision, your shared strategy. Because just like five finger, it's very different in its length and shape, but only it make it as a fist is powerful. So I believe that you can, united, you can find a shared vision, shared strategy, and bring that to these two important countries. Together, we can make this world better. Thank you so much.